Istiqbalul qibla, you face the qibla, and after you face the qibla, what Murad said at first was what? The intention now comes to play. Right? The intention comes to play. Please revise, Jazakumullahu khairan, the condition of the salah, the wajibat of the salah, how many? The pillars of the salah, how many? The pillars of the salah, the pillars, arkan. 14, ahsanta, arba ashara. So, barakallah fiqh, let everybody revise this. Inshallah, we revise it. If we revise it with our family members, inshallah ta'ala. For those that did not know it, we teach them. For those who already know it, we revise along with them. And this is, alhamdulillah, something that will bring the hearts together, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Na'am, kammil. What is zakat? What are the conditions of zakat? Conditions of zakat. Na'am, Muhammad. If it is money, you have to be at least 1 year. What do you mean if it is money 1 year? Meaning, the money have to be on your position for 1 year. Okay, we will detail it for you. Okay. So you have, first you say an-nisab. That's what you say. Yeah. An-nisab is the minimum requirement of wealth. You have 85 grams of gold and how many of silver? We covered this. 595, ahsanta. Please, if you write this, even if you know this, write this down under this. It will serve you, barakallah fiqh. 595 of silver. Gold 85 gram. Gold 85 gram. Silver 595 of silver. So this is what you have to have, the minimum, and it has to be al-hawl, meaning it has to be a whole year. It has to be a whole year. Number 3. Right, you have to be free. Right, you have to be free. You not be a slave. You have to be free. Right, number 4. At-tamlik, you have to have possession of that wealth. You have to have possession of that wealth. Ahsanta, kammil ustaz. Watasuma Ramadan, and you fast the month of Ramadan. The khitab of the month of Ramadan is of how many? How many people are addressed in the wujub fil khitab? Al khitab fil wujub in Ramadan. 2 people, ahsanta. Who are those? You coming up to something that is very good, but we'll cover that inshallah. For those who be addressed for the obligation of the Ramadan. Who are those? Those who are addressed in regard to the obligation of the Ramadan. Al-khitab li wujub fi Ramadan. Right, the Muslim, but here the Muslim, that is what? Al-marid. Al-marid was sahih. The one that is sick and the one that is healthy. He is being addressed in regard to what? Fasting the month of Ramadan. The one that is a resident, the resident and the traveler, they also both what? Addressed in regard the obligation of fasting the Ramadan. But here, their obligation is 2 obligations. You have one that is ada'an and the other one that is qada'an. One that is to be done right there and then. And the one that can delay it until he has the possibility. Whether he was sick, he will wait until he is healthy. Or he was traveling, he will wait till he return back home and he will bring those days he missed. Tayyib, come in. And having also, barakallahu fikum, that which is going to Hajj. We mentioned about the pillars or the condition of Hajj. We mentioned that the pillar that are of what? We mentioned 2 types of pillars. Right, number 1. You have the istita'a badaniya, very good, and wa maliya, ahsanta. You have to be physically fit. Right? Physically fit. Right? And also you have to have the money. Right? You guys look at Muhammad. Muhammad is fit. He just have a big belly, but he's fit. You have to have the wealth, and you have to have, barakallah fikum, the half to be able to do so. Ahsantum. Naam, kammil. So the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam made a mention of these to Jibril alayhi salatu wasalam. All these pillars of Islam that are essential, a must. أيوة تحققت. And those who, if you bring it, if you carry them out, then you have brought about Islam. Those, if you realize them, you have indeed brought about Islam. Those from the pillars, if you bring them, then you have indeed brought about Islam. Meaning, if a person only do these 5, وَمَا زَادَ فِي ذَلِكَ أَيِّ شَيْءٍ, he has indeed brought Islam. Right? He prayed the 5 daily salawat. He fasted the month of Ramadan. He gave Hajj. He didn't do none extra. He just limited himself to this. As one of the ahadith we will come to learn in Arba'in al-Nawawi, where he asked the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, tell me about a thing that I will ask nobody after you. Na'am. So whatever being added to these 5, whatever is being added to these 5, it is barakallah feekum as completion. It is being added as completion. It is not a particular matter that is essentially to be there, but it is added in addition, na'am, into completion. So therefore here the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam only sufficed himself, only limited himself, اختصر على بيان أركان الإسلام. He only sufficed himself to tell him about the pillars of al-Islam. He didn't tell him about Islam is that you be kind to your neighbor. Islam is to be feeding the poor. Islam is to be smiling at your brother. All of these things that we mentioned, it is from the completion of the religion. It is the completion of barakallah fi al-Islam. But if one will bring about these 5 pillars, for indeed tahaqqaq al-Islam, he had brought about al-Islam. So the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam only sufficed himself to what? To clarify to Jibril alayhi salatu wasalam in his answer about those matters that are the pillars of al-Islam. Naam. Allahu Akbar. Now here is this wonderful explanation of Shaykh Saleh al-Fawzan. He said, because the fact being, anytime the answer is short and concise, it is kana ashal, it is easier ala al-muta'allimi, for the student, was-sami'i, and for the one listening. If you give a short answer that is short and concise, right, to the point, he will be better, easier for the one studying or the one listening. Not to make the matters too long and confusing. Listen. Some of the people, some of the khatib or khutaba, they would take a whole hour on the minbar. To the point themselves they are tired of talking. If you tired of talking, guess what? The people are tired of listening. They are tired of themselves talking. Guess what? The people are tired of listening. And it doesn't matter how important what you're talking about. The people's attention, wala siyama fi asrina hada, and more so in our day and time. The people's attention is very limited and restricted. Everybody got something that is in their mind. Everybody, some people be having their mind in this, the other one in that, this one in this one in that. So make it short and concise and let them go. Make it short and concise and let them go. That's why if the person stands for an hour and you ask the people that was listening, what was the khutbah about? the guy will not know what to tell you yet. Because there is too much to... Naam. Abdullah, you remember? Faddal. Yeah, I'm asking you, what was the khutbah about today? Yeah, you were late too. Go ahead. Okay, what else? Abdullah? Right, about the people of the grave worshippers. Those doubts that they have, right? And one of the doubts, we mentioned about 2 doubts. Yeah, you were late. That's not an excuse. Now, those who they say that this is our wasila, right? And the other one was? Those who say that these people, we say la ilaha illallah, and this, the first one, never say la ilaha illallah. Naam. So for 30 minutes, maybe next week we'll do it 15 to get the point in. And it will be very easy to memorize it and to preserve it. It will be very easy to memorize and preserve it. And this is barakallah fi from the usloob of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He will never ever give a long answer. He will give a short answer. And the Arabs, they say, khayrul kalami ma qalla wa dalla. Khayrul kalami ma qalla wa dalla. The best speech, ma qalla, is that which is few in words, wa dalla, and on point. Straight to the point. Khayrul kalami, the best speech, is that which is short in words, small in number in words, but it is very precise on what it is talking about. Naam. But if he were to make the answer very long, kilometric, right? Long, very long, that he will be very much, right, waiting on the people that are there. It will be waiting on the people that are assisting, meaning the people that are in the assistance. Naam. وَرُبَمَا. And because perhaps that many of the people don't even have an understanding of what is being said. They cannot process what is being said. أن يتوخي مهما. So this is why al-mas'ul, the person that is being asked, yanbaghi, it is befitting upon him, it is a must upon him that to be cautious and make it very short to the best of his ability, mahma istata'a, to the best of his ability. And alhamdulillah, if you listen to the likes of Nuru ala Darb, if you listen to al-fatawa ala al-hawa, that you will look at barakallah fikum how Shaykh Salih al-Fawzan hafidhahullah answered the questions. Very simple. Very simple. How Shaykh Abdul Aziz Ali Shaykh, the Grand Mufti, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him a good health and give him a good and ameen. He will answer the question very easily, very simple, to the point that the person asking and the person listening, they will all benefit. And it will not be a burden upon them. Naam. And he will only limit himself to that which is a must. He will only limit himself to that which is the must. Don't go beyond the things. No, limit yourself to that which is the must. This is what was asked. Answer this. Don't develop, don't go beyond the lines or before the lines, but suffice yourself with that which is to be said. Suffice yourself to that which is to be said. But Islam, it is true that it is more than these 5 things. We said al-Islam is kullama ja'a bihi ar-Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We say Islam is everything that the Prophet came with, alayhi salatu wassalam. And this is al-Islam, am wala khas? Am, la, khas. No. Al-am, it is al-istislamu lillahi bit-tawheed, wal-inqiyadu lahu bit-ta'a, wal-bara'atu min al-shirki wa ahli. This is the Islam that every Prophet came with. But amma, the other Islam, the other يعني